Ever wondered why, in a culture obsessed with youthful energy and flawless filters, women are increasingly captivated by men over 50 whose life stories whisper tales of triumph and resilience? Here's the eye-opening twist. It's not mere nostalgia or security. Cutting-edge research from 2025 reveals that the depth of experience these men bring creates an unmatched desirability, fostering emotional bonds, stability, and passion that outshine the fleeting thrill of youth. Women report higher satisfaction in relationships with seasoned partners, citing wisdom and maturity as magnetic forces in a world of superficial swipes. Today, we're delving deep into why experience makes men over 50 far more desirable than youth. We'll break it down with real studies, evolutionary insights, and practical examples to show how this edge plays out in modern dating. For some fun interaction, I'll sprinkle in 4 quick questions. Drop your 1 or 2 word answers in the comments below. Let's get into it. And trust me, by the end, you'll see your 50s as your most alluring era yet. According to a wealth of psychological and evolutionary research, women's attraction to men over 50 often stems from the tangible benefits of experience. Qualities like emotional intelligence, life-tested wisdom, and a grounded perspective that younger men simply haven't had time to develop. This isn't just anecdotal. It's backed by data showing how these traits lead to more fulfilling partnerships. For example, a 2025 article from Therapy Central on age differences in relationships highlights how older men provide emotional stability and higher emotional intelligence, making them appealing to women seeking depth over drama. Evolutionary studies, such as those from the Journal of Evolutionary Biology, suggest that women are wired to value partners who demonstrate long-term reliability, traits honed through decades of navigating life's ups and downs, which older men embody far better than their younger counterparts. And a recent PNAS study from early 2025, while noting general preferences for youth, acknowledges that in committed scenarios, experience tips the scales, with women rating older men higher for qualities like maturity and supportiveness. Let's expand on this. Think about how a man in his 20s or 30s might approach conflict with raw emotion or inexperience, leading to unnecessary escalations. In contrast, a man over 50 draws from past relationships, career challenges, and personal growth to de-escalate with empathy and insight, creating a safe space that women crave. Social expectations amplify this appeal. In 2026, with women achieving unprecedented independence through careers and self-empowerment movements, they no longer need a provider in the traditional sense. Instead, they desire a true equal who brings intellectual stimulation and emotional ballast. Financial independence, often achieved by men over 50 through years of smart planning, removes money as a pressure point, allowing relationships to flourish on genuine connection. Shifting dating standards on platforms like Hinge or eHarmony now emphasize life stories in profiles, where experience shines. Women swipe right on bios detailing adventures, lessons learned, and future visions, not just gym selfies. Social media comparisons, meanwhile, expose the immaturity of youth, with viral threads on TikTok or Instagram Reels mocking boyish behaviors, making the steady allure of experience a breath of fresh air. And in our fast-paced, demanding lifestyles, juggling hybrid work, family, and wellness, women value partners who offer calm guidance without adding chaos, turning experience into a premium asset. Question 1. Is emotional depth a top attractor? Comment yes or no. At the same time, men over 50 are quietly capitalizing on this desirability surge, transforming what society might label as aging into a superpower of attraction. Instead of competing in the youth game, endless partying or trend chasing, they're simplifying their approach to life and love, focusing on authenticity that draws women in naturally. They're downsizing unnecessary stress by letting go of superficial validations, walking away from mismatched connections, and protecting their time for relationships that honor their growth. A Grazia UK feature from late 2024 dives into the science, explaining how older men's maturity makes them ideal partners, providing stability and emotional richness that younger men often can't match. Reddit communities like r Dating Over 40 buzz with women sharing stories of how experienced men offer real conversations and life advice without ego, leading to bonds that feel effortless and profound. Expand on this trend. Picture a date where a younger guy dominates with tales of weekend escapades, but a man over 50 listens actively, shares a poignant story from his travels that imparts a lesson, and asks thoughtful questions. This creates instant rapport. It's not isolation, it's intentional curation, with studies showing age gap relationships thriving when the older partner's experience bridges emotional gaps, fostering trust and intimacy faster than peer matches. In 2026, with remote work and digital nomadism on the rise, women seek companions who can discuss global perspectives or career pivots from firsthand knowledge, turning a man's decades into a relational goldmine. Men past 50 have truly lived. They've loved with intensity, worked through economic shifts, sacrificed for loved ones, battled personal demons, and emerged with a polished resilience. And research consistently unveils a key truth. Experience forges unmatched desirability. They're no longer impressed by fleeting beauty or drama-fueled excitement. They're not chasing approval through physical prowess alone. They're not trying to relive youth. They're owning a phase where insight and poise reign supreme. A PMC study from 2023 on age preferences in large samples reinforces this, finding women across demographics rate older men higher for long-term desirability due to traits like wisdom and emotional security developed through experience. Delve deeper. Consider how a young man's ambition might come across as restlessness, while a 50-plus man's focused drive, tempered by failures and successes, inspires confidence. They've navigated the passionate highs of early love, the steady responsibilities of midlife, and now enter connections with a toolkit of empathy, communication skills, and boundary setting that makes them exceptional partners. Question 2. Does wisdom beat energy? Comment: wisdom or energy? They've learned the steep cost of youthful inexperience, the heartbreak from impulsive choices, the financial pitfalls of unproven risks, and even the physical wear from unmanaged stress. Studies reveal that relationships with experienced older men suffer fewer conflicts and boast higher longevity, with a 2021 analysis linking maturity to better problem-solving and reduced emotional volatility. For instance, Evan Mark Katz's Dating Insights from 2025 note that women attracted to older men escape the drama of peers, gaining partners who've mastered self-awareness and conflict resolution. Expand with real-world application. In therapy sessions or coaching, women often describe how younger partners' lack of perspective leads to repeated arguments over trivial matters, whereas experienced men anticipate issues, offer solutions drawn from past scenarios, and prioritize harmony, resulting in relationships that feel supportive and evolving. So many men over 50 simply declare, "I've evolved," and women notice, drawn to this quiet evolution as a foundation for lasting love. Here's where the imbalance truly emerges. While pop culture idolizes youth as the epitome of desirability, biology, dating psychology, and real-world dynamics tell a different story. Experience in men over 50 provides the emotional and practical advantages that youth can't replicate, making them prime choices for meaningful partnerships. Younger men might excel in initial sparks, but for depth, experience prevails. A study finds report from January 2026 on menopause preferences shows older women favoring mature traits like fuller beards and balanced builds over youthful muscle, signaling a biological shift toward experienced partners. An Appalachian State University study on age preferences echoes this, with women preferring slightly older men for their status and maturity. Biology factors in through evolutionary lenses. Women seek cues of long-term viability, like the resourcefulness and adaptability experience brings, while psychology highlights how older men's self-assurance reduces anxiety in relationships. As women age or prioritize careers, the dating market evolves. Apps now feature maturity filters, and surveys show 65% of women over 35 valuing life experience over physical youth in partners. This leads to unspoken preferences where experience isn't a compromise, it's the upgrade. Meanwhile, instead of resenting youth's spotlight, men over 50 harness their experience to amplify desirability in practical ways. They invest in health, adopting routines like mindful fitness or nutrition that project vitality, making them stand out as ageless and energetic. They nurture hobbies, from woodworking to world travel, sharing stories that captivate and reveal multifaceted personalities. They embrace quiet confidence, offering presence that soothes rather than overwhelms. They rediscover freedom in authenticity, attracting women who crave genuine depth. A Psychology Today post from 2019, still relevant in 2026, details how younger women's attraction to older men boils down to this seasoned emotional toolkit, fostering bonds with less trial and error. It's a strategic shift. Experience becomes the lens through which they build irresistible, low-drama relationships. Question 3. Feeling more desirable with age? Comment, yes or no. Here is the part most people misunderstand. Men over 50 aren't desirable in spite of their years. They're not masking lost youth. They're not lucky to find interest. They're desirable precisely because of experience, the irreplaceable asset that youth envies, as evolutionary research confirms older men's edge in mate selection for stability and wisdom. If a relationship brings joy, profound companionship, emotional warmth, and mutual evolution, men over 50 thrive in it, leveraging experience to nurture it beautifully. But if it echoes youthful chaos, superficial demands, or imbalance, they step away with grace, no hesitation. This isn't cynicism, it's enlightened choice. A PNAS study from 2025 underscores how preferences evolve beyond youth, with experience driving lasting appeal. When researchers interview women drawn to men over 50, they almost always highlight the same qualities. Peaceful companionship rooted in real-world insight, emotional respect forged through trials, kindness tempered by empathy, softness alongside resilient strength, reliability born from consistency, honesty sharpened by self-reflection, not untamed energy, not idealized fantasies, not unseasoned excitement. A Science Direct article on evolved preferences affirms these traits make older men standouts in committed pairings. Men over 50 don't need youth to be desirable. They harness experience as the ultimate enhancer, crafting connections where substance reigns and surface fades. While youth grabs headlines, a swelling wave of evidence and stories shows men over 50 reaping priceless rewards from their desirability. A calmer, guiding heart that inspires trust, restful nights in stable, drama-free bonds, shared finances and futures without youthful gambles, vibrant health, motivated by mutual wellness, and a life brimming with enriched, intentional moments. A New York Times analysis on dating peaks confirms men's desirability often hits its stride at 50, fueled by experience's glow. Question 4. Embracing your experience yet? Comment, absolutely or soon. That doesn't mean dismiss youth's vibrancy. It means celebrate experience as the timeless force for desirability that's profound and enduring. So, if you're a man over 50 awakening to this truth, remember, you are not outdated. You are not secondary. You are simply in a golden phase where experience crowns you, and your desirability eclipses youthful fleetingness. Seize this. It's your era of magnetic power. Choose discerningly. Honor your insights. Cultivate your depth. And only invite those who cherish its value. If you're a man over 50 interested in desirability secrets, confidence builders, health strategies, and dating wisdom backed by research, subscribe to this channel. stay seasoned, stay sought after, and stay unstoppable.